Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show, Tell Marcel. I am your host, Marcel Patterson. Joining me tonight is the lovely, the beautiful, the talented Caitlin Carter, folks. Caitlin,
Hello.
how are you tonight?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here. I love the setup.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I worked very hard on it.
I know.
So, you're here tonight to tell us a little bit about yourself. You are a working actress in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. That has to be a daunting undertaking and, quite honestly, a success story on its own. You want to tell us how you came about that?
Well, if we take it back, I always used to sing as a kid, but I never really knew that I wanted to be an actor. I think it was always in the back of my mind, you know? But I grew up playing tennis my whole life, and I played competitively, and I was in a tennis academy where we would play 3 hours a day, and then we would have an hour of personal training and crazy stuff, and our parents would always watch, and I was like, this is like Dance Moms. This should be on a TV show. Then my brain started twirling, and I would talk to my parents, and they're like, well, when you're the next Serena Williams or Maria Sharapova, then you can be in whatever movie you want. They can just put you on Broadway. And halfway through high school, I decided I didn't want to go that route. I was like, why don't I just go straight for it? And I put tennis to the side. My parents cried. But we're all very happy, and I think I landed just where I needed to.
Nice, nice. So those were your early days. When did you decide, like, acting was, like, the thing? Was there any particular thing that you watched growing up that you were like, wow?
Gosh. I mean, honestly, this is crazy, but when Netflix became, I remember when we used to just get the things mailed to you, remember, in the little CDs. But once it became a streaming thing and it really took over everyone's lives, and it was like, you know, watching things every day became a routine for me. It was impossible not to picture myself in those things. So when I locked in, I majored in musical theater at Coastal Carolina. But yeah, I think landing and getting here and just having all of that, it all kind of happened at once. It was very,
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I did have to fight for it to work in my heart. Yeah.
Interesting. Whenever you have representation as an actor, it does tend to take a lot of load off the shoulders of people who want to just hone their craft and become better, stronger actors. That being said, do you feel like that works out for you? Do you find that that's the case with your representation? Do they take a lot of that stress and pressure off of you to, like, just completely disregard the business end for you, or do you want to be more involved in that?
Well, they only represent 3 states.
Okay.
So I do, if I want to submit for other things outside of that, then that is my own personal endeavor that I can get. But yeah, it does take the weight off of it. And I signed to them through quarantine. So, you know, when you're just bored in your PJs all day, I had a reason to get all dressed up and practice acting. It's hard to practice acting. So yeah, in like the darkest time of our country, I was lucky enough to have the biggest auditions I've ever had, thanks to this agency. Yeah, so it does take the weight off a little bit, but of course there is the pressure of, you know, you're representing someone, so you have to always be putting out your best work.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So speaking of your work, if people have seen you before, folks, you might know her from a Hallmark film called USS Christmas. But you have another project lined up in the works that we're waiting to come out.
Yes.
So tell us about that one. What's that like?
It is a short film. It's a horror film called Friends Forever. There's some clips. Directed and written by my friend Ian Kyle. And it came to be in a really funny way. I had auditioned for another one of his short films 3 years ago when I was a senior in high school. And we did a FaceTime before Zoom was a thing. We did a FaceTime audition, and then I drove a couple hours and did a screen test. They took me down to the studio, and they specialize in a really good CGI. So they, in my screen test, they're like, this big black monster will envelop you. Like, just imagine it. And I'm so nervous. Their cameras are huge. So I do the best I can. They let me see a little bit. But they didn't end up casting me. But he sent me a really nice message, and we stayed in contact. And 3 years later, he's like, I have a role for you. So I sent the sides in, and he sent them to the producers. And yeah, it's gonna be really cool. I'm really excited about it. It was 2 days that we shot, like 2 10-hour days. We would have, Subway delivered. Yeah, so that's a CGI shot. That's the little monster.
I imagine that's what they told you when you were a kid, and they tell you to like say Bloody Mary in the mirror.
Yes.
And,
actually, though, she opens up her mouth, and the actress had a double jointed jaw, so it was perfect. And she's so close to me, and just
nightmare fuel.
Yeah, but she didn't have any makeup on her face, really. I mean, a little bit, and it was really cool looking. But they're gonna CGI her whole face and make it look really, really extra scary.
Well, it looks scary enough as it is. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I was bruised. I couldn't talk for a couple days after it because I just had to scream in so many takes. But yeah, it was fun.
That is absolutely fascinating. That kind of brings me to my next little shindig. I imagine being on a horse that can kind of be it can require you to be very reactionary and like responsive, like on the fly.
Sure.
So I've got a surprise for you. I'm gonna have you put those headphones on, and they're gonna play some obnoxious music. I'm going to read out loud some gibberish.
Okay.
You have to try and guess what it is that I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
The whisper challenge.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. Don't blow my eardrums out. Okay.
All right. Number 1, all right.
I cannot hear anything.
Bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing, bada boom.
You're going right now?
Yeah. Bada bing.
Bada bing, bada boom.
There you go. Nice. All right. Next one. What's up, Doc? What's up, Doc?
What's
up, Doc?
What's up, Dad?
What's up, Doc?
What's up,
What's
Doc?
Up, Doc?
What's up, Doc?
All right. Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Tweedledum.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Tractor.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
What? Does it start with a T?
Yes. Twinkle,
Twinkle.
twinkle,
Twinkle.
little star.
Little star.
There you go. All right. Last one.
Okay.
It's showtime.
Showtime.
There you go.
You gave it away with a hand.
All right. Caitlin Carter, everyone. We'll be right back with the show. Coming up next is our musical guest performance, Wallow. We'll be right back.